Good morning. My son and I are going to do a scratch and a brown on this wall today. It goes around too, but we're going to focus on this wall. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning right now. What we're going to do is first we're going to set the staging. And then I'm going to cover all these windows. And because I got all this spaghetti wire right here, I'm going to scratch all of this to about here. Then my son will show me. He's mixing by the way, and he's also going to help me scratch this. But he's going to stop doing what he's doing while the scalpel's here. I'm going to show you how to use a cheater. We're going to be using a cheater on the majority of the bulk here, and then I'm going to cut in with the hawk and trowel. We're doing a Western reinforced fiber mesh here today. There's a lot of materials you could use for scratch and brown same day. You've got to have certifications in these, and there's about 20 different materials on the market today. We've been using them for 30 years, so although I'm going to do the scratch and brown same day, the myth is that you can do a one coat. People think you can put one solid inch on. You cannot. Can't be done. I've tried it. It can't be done. So we're going to scratch the entire top. We'll show it to you. Then we're going to brown the entire top. And I'm going to take it to about, I'm 6 foot, so I'm going to take it to about this point here to here. That way when I come down, this will all be scratch and brown with the float finish. Then we'll start the bottom where we tie in everything. And again, the same procedure. We're going to scratch and brown separately. We're not going to put one solid inch on because, again, that can't be done. Okay, guys, my son and I have set everything. We're covered. Here's where we're going. I'm using a cheater on this, so what I generally do is I'll cut in all my tops, meaning I'll come here, all the tops. I've already cut them in, but just for the sake of showing you guys, I'll do a second little bitty coat. Okay, this is just the first coat here. I'm going to scratch it soon, but what I want to show you is how to use a cheater and cut in. First you cut in, then you use a cheater. Now my son here, he put a huge mound of stucco here because he's mixing, spreading, and doing the filming, but he's 24. You can do one-arm push-ups, so when you're in good shape, you can do all that stuff. Generally, this is a three-man job, but for the sake of showing you how, just the two of us. Okay, I'm using this guy here. I'm going to fill this up. What I like, we call them cheaters, and everybody has a different name for them. What I like about this guy is you put on a big swatch, and you're using your whole body now. If I'm using a hawk and trowel, got 20 pounds here and 10 pounds here. It kind of jacks your spine up, and I've been doing it for 30 years, so it kind of takes a toll. But when you use a cheater, now you're using the whole body. You're squatting, coming up. I look at it as, man, I'm getting paid to work out. And that's how we do it, just like this. You don't want to kill yourself, so squat down when you put it on. We've got pretty stiff mud here because it's got accelerators in it, and we've been messing around doing weird stuff. So, with the accelerators in here, even the first coat is going to set up pretty fast. Then I'm going to take a Darby, and after I spread it all out like so, I'm going to Darby it up, get ready for the scratch. I don't generally have to put a scratch in it, but for the sake of anyone watching saying, how many coats is he doing? The scratch will simplify it just a little bit better than my explanation. So we're coming down here. What we want to do is cover the wire. This is the first coat. We want to cover up this wire real well. One more time. Since this mud is getting hard, and I'm starting to hustle because I want to use up what's left in the wheelbarrow, I'm going to call it quits with the video and get busy and spread this out really quick. I'll come back and show you guys the scratch coat as well as how we blend it all in. This is all just the first coat. And I'm going to go ahead and do these 2 patches and take 5 minutes. Then we're going to come back and I'm going to scratch it. See you soon. Okay guys, second coat. Everything is scratched here. And again, what I want to show you is the purpose. They call this reinforced fiber mesh, where you can do it in a day, but you still got to do 2 coats. Here's my second coat. I'm bringing this out and I'm coming out to my blocks here with the second coat. And generally I don't need the scratch marks, but I'm putting in here just to illustrate the 2-coat system using a so-called 1 coat. So we put it right here and we fill these out. And after I get done with this whole wall, I'm going to darby it, make it all true and plumb. Fortunately, it has a wavy finish on this house, and real simple to match. So we're out of sand, we're out of time. My son's going to go ahead and get material, and we'll show you once we're done here. Hey guys, my son just got back from the material yard. Thought I'd point this out because it's pretty important. We did a scratch coat, which is technically a mechanical bond for the brown coat. Had this scratch coat turned white, and you put your second coat on without a scratch mark, it doesn't adhere as well. So it's a good thing we did a scratch coat on this just for video. And you folks, always scratch everything. Don't try to scratch and brown without the marks, because you got to have time in and know what you're doing for the mechanical bond. Okay guys, we are getting there. Finishing up the brown coat on the bottom now. And by the way, this was getting kind of hard. The sun was in it. So I hosed everything down. Otherwise, I'm working twice as hard. What I'm going to do is show you one thing. We're putting it on heavy here. This is our second coat. After I get it on heavy like so, I'm taking a straight edge darby. Wet the darby down, otherwise it's going to stick. We use, this is our drip screed here, that's got to be true and plumb. Take it, come on up, just like so. Take this guy. Again, this right here takes practice. When I was union, I worked behind a pump, and I did this 8 hours a day for about 2 years, so it does take a little bit of practice. I'm going, they've got a really rough finish here. And what I'm doing is, I'm churning it out just, then when I come to float it, I'm going to use a hard rubber float, and I'm going to put my divots and molds and shapes in it with the float. We're almost there. Next time you see me, we'll be floating it up and pretty much wrapping it up for the day. Okay guys, that's it. We hard rubber floated it, then we sponge floated it. This is what they have at the front of the house and on the sides. So we're kind of tired now, so we're going to call it quits, but we'll just show you a lot of stuff around here. You got to have trucks, mixers, a lot of stuff. Go around here and I'll just show you the front. And this is the finish. It's extremely wavy finish. So we went ahead and we tied around here till 6 inches. Anyhow, this is Kirk with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Thanks Jay for doing the video. And it was a long day for us. I'm glad it's over. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.